We are back, and it's all about the insurance sector. It's certainly been one of the harder hit sectors in the economy following the COVID-19 restrictions and affiliated consequences. Now we are trying to see what is the way forward. Washington Ndegea, who is the chairman of the Bima Intermediaries Association of Kenya, has just taken us through the big picture. Certainly, technology is important. It could help and is necessary for this sector, but you cannot ignore the fact that there has been a hard hit over the last 6 months on this particular sector. Now, we want to understand what are the results that came through. We'll briefly go through the numbers from Liberty, Britam, Sanlam, and Jubilee. Let's start off with Liberty or Heritage Insurance. Washington, what was happening with these numbers? What did you like? What did you not like?
Well, Liberty, well, like I was telling you, COVID-19, the COVID pandemic has really hit us hard. Premiums were very, very low. Actually, there's no company that talked about increased premiums. Would have really wondered where the premiums would have come from anyway. Is people, premiums, paying of premiums was quite an issue during those 6 months. Even that's why we find every company. Some were not very, very hard hit. Some were hard hit. Liberty Holdings, encompassing Liberty was one of those companies that were, well, they had a decreased premium intake, but also did have very, very good, they did post very, very, very bad results, so to speak. At least were able to give slightly above 50 cents per share or to their shareholders. For them, it was, and you believe, for them, it is one of those companies actually that you believe are going to bounce back as far as profitability is concerned. Of course, you've got to take lessons from what has happened during the COVID period for them to capitalize on them so that we can have a better performance in the next half year.
All right, thank you so much for that. So Liberty looks like it was probably not one of the worst hit and you seem to like it. Let's take a look at Britam. What was happening with the Britam numbers? What was the good? What was the bad? What was the ugly, Washington?
Now, Britam has been one of those companies that have actually not doing very, very well in the insurance business. As big as they are, they seem to be going a lot of issues. Britam made a loss of something like 2.3 billion loss. 2.3 billion is serious losses, you know. And it's actually not a 2.3 billion loss. If you look at the same period last year and the same period this year, we are talking about the same period last year, they made a 2.4 billion profit, 2.3 billion loss. That means Britam has made losses of over 4 billion to speak. And remember, I think you're also familiar that we in the insurance fraternity, we have an issue with Britam as far as, for example, our commissions are concerned. And I believe for a company actually to even post a loss badly, there must be something that is precipitating this. It is not a blues, you know? Could it be management? Could it be the way that they're treating people, so to speak? Could it be that people are getting away from Britam? As much as they say that they got some increase in profits, even if you say an increase in profits, you cannot, it's one of those companies that made the worst, it performed the worst during this half-year period. Because if you see what has been happening, we in the insurance sector, we as insurance agents have a claim in Britam, and it is something posted. We would like about 200 billion from Britam in form of commissions owed to us insurance agents. That would be a story. But you see, if we have those kind of issues with the insurance company, and then you find also they're posting serious losses, that means there's something wrong with the company. This way, and it's not the first time it's making losses in terms of billions. In 2015, Britam made about 1.5 billion loss, you know? So the thing we should be asking, is going on in that company. You know, we know the CEO will be exiting sometime in December.
Exactly.
Wow. Well, is he exiting because he's run out of ideas? Because his time has come. But it needs to be revamped. Britain needs to listen to industry players. It needs to give us back our commissions. Because remember, it is we, the insurance agents and brokers of this country, who trade with them. It is we who give them business. If you not listen to us, then where do you expect your money to come from? You know? Of course, we're gonna take business to another insurance company, but it's not a fluke. Making money is not a fluke.
Yes.
There are what we call there are systems that you need to follow. There are rules of the game that you need to follow. It's not a fluke making money. Be there.
That's true. Thank you so much for that. So not too happy with the results here. And of course, you also bring up some of the question marks in terms of the change in leadership. And that tends to be something that you want to watch out for as an investor. And especially just being cognizant of the fact that the leader, the chief executive officer, has been there for a pretty long time. So it's where we all just will be paying attention to see how will this continue to process and the handover be done by Britain. But thank you so much for those highlights. Let's take a look at Sanlam, Washington. What was good about Sanlam? What was ugly? Just in the same vein as you have talked to us about Britam and Liberty. Sanlam, over to you, Washington.
We've also got to understand that Sanlam is also is a company that is really coming up very, very well. Sanlam started up very, very badly. Remember, Sanlam is it's a company that it was called Pan-African Insurance Holdings. Pan-African Insurance was a life company. They merged together with Gateway Insurance to form Sanlam. So now we have Sanlam Life and Sanlam General. Sanlam started off very, very badly. When Sanlam came onto the scene around 2015, 2016, it experienced some serious hiccup. It's a South African company, and sometimes you say maybe South Africans should not be investing in this country. They don't seem to be getting it as far as insurance is concerned. But Sanlam is one of those countries that are even pulling up its socks. But remember also, what I know is that a company is its CEO or the management, so to speak. Sanlam under Patrick Tumbo has been doing very, very well. You know, if you look at the figures that they posted, the half-year results of this year, we are talking about, let me get some figures here. Let me get you some figures.
Okay.
We have Sanlam doing, actually improved. It improved on their loss making from 639 million shillings in the previous, in comparison, to about 99 million.
Yes.
Improvement in terms of loss reduction, you know.
Okay.
So we're talking about having improved something like close to 150 million.
Yes.
You know.
All right.
And we believe, but where Sanlam is coming from a dark past.
Yes.
A very, very dark past. And we believe it's on the way to making some serious profits.
Okay.
Sanlam actually is one of those companies that's actually made a profit in general insurance. Remember, we talk about Sanlam Life
Yes,
and Sanlam General.
Life and the general insurance, yes. I can see the premiums here were 4.3 billion. So, okay, thank you. So you're saying the leadership is important for any insurance company, and you're saying that these guys have actually started changing tact and are listening more to the market, and they are more open. Okay, interesting. I think we have now our last company, Washington, that's Jubilee. We've talked through Liberty you like. Britam, there's some question marks there. You're saying Sanlam has been on a path to recovery, so important just to keep our eyes there. What about Jubilee? Jubilee is mature, has been here for a very long time. It has good leadership, good management, good structures. What do you think about Jubilee?
Jubilee is one of the star, is one of the, what to call a perfect insurance company in Kenya. Perfect as in they're doing everything right.
Yes.
They are posting some serious figures in the industry. Jubilee is talking about 2.4 billion in profits. They're declaring serious dividends to their investors. There are companies that are posting 2.4 billion in losses. Others are doing 2.4 billion in profits. You just look at the difference.
Yes.
You know, Jubilee, and remember, you need to understand about Jubilee and Sanlam. Jubilee had their CEO as Patrick Tumbo before he went to Sanlam. Now he's in Sanlam doing what he does best, building up companies. He left has the trend, the profit making trend, and that's what exactly they are doing. And remember, also Jubilee is one of those companies actually that we recommend as insurance agents and brokers, even to our clients.
Okay.
We tell them, if you want to insure with a company that's gonna pay claims, it's not just about insurance. If you want to insure with a company that pay claims, come to us, we'll take you to Jubilee.
Yes.
Come to us, we'll take you to Dr. Patrick Tumbo, because you know exactly what these guys are doing.
That's
we don't just insure for the sake of insuring. You know?
Yes.
That's the biggest problem we have in this country. We need to align ourselves with the winners. Don't go to the losers, regardless of the reasons. The reasons always come up, you know. But let's align ourselves with success. Jubilee has posted serious figures in general insurance. They've done so well as far as investment income is concerned. They have raised their group's total assets by about 8%. You know, Jubilee has like I was just telling you, it seems like it's one of those companies that are just doing everything the way it's supposed to be done. You know,
all right.
They're not fluking. They're not trying up what's gonna happen. They are good. That's what I can say.
Oh, fantastic. I can see they paid out a shilling in dividend and were one of the stronger numbers, actually the positive numbers that we saw from them. So you've talked to us about the industry and where it's at. You're saying there's some hope if the economy opens up. You've talked to us through the insurance numbers that we have been able to see. So Washington, from where you sit without necessarily crossing any lines, as a person who is in the insurance sector, as a person who's Kenyan and also has visibility of different investment opportunities, is now a right time to invest in insurance, especially when you look at the companies that are listed?
That's a very, very good question, Bita. Invest insurance. This is the right time to invest insurance. But remember, if you want to be an investor, for example, in the National Stock Exchange, it's all about the leader. It's all about what the company is doing. I would recommend that anyone who can invest, for example, in Jubilee, invest in Sanlam, invest even Heritage, you're good to go. You ain't gonna lose your money. You won't be in a perennial losing streak that you're experiencing a preterm, so to speak, and you're not hating anyone. It's all about results. They're all there. Everyone is there to see them.
Okay, fine.
A company is all about the leader. The company, that's what you find. Stocks or even the value of stocks actually follows a person. Dr. Patrick Tubo does very well at Jubilee. He goes to Sanlam, investors follow him there. He goes to another company, investors follow him. You know, so it's actually good. This is a time actually to invest. And let's look at the people who are really performing in the industry. Then we go for them.
Okay.
You know, but this is a time actually to invest because I believe better things are coming, and companies have learned from this COVID. And we've known a company that's going to do well with COVID or without COVID is going to make it. And your money is guaranteed, so to speak.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. I don't know, we're coming to the tail end of our conversation. Washington, is there anything that we might have missed that you would like to bring up to speed for our audiences? Or maybe just a final remark?
Yes, I would like to say that we need better regulation in the sector. We need to see people getting paid for their claims, because that's what insurance is all about. We need to start getting people interested, people having a positive outlook as far as insurance is concerned. It's not also very good for us as insurance salespeople of the insurance industry. When you approach someone who's actually have the capability and the ability to buy insurance, but the first thing that comes out of their mind is you guys are thieves. That's not very good. It's not a very good statement, you know?
Yes.
We need to have the regulator doing his work and making sure these guys who are not paying insurance and they are there and we know them, and in fact I've even written about them, what are they still doing in the industry?
Yes.
If we need 5 insurance companies that pay, let them be 5. We don't need 51 insurance companies that don't pay anything. You know,
All right.
you don't need just 10% of the company that pay claims. The rest of the people, they let people to be auctioned. There's so many people are suffering in this country. Let me tell you,
Yes.
people who insurance companies have refused to meet their claim obligations. It's bad. Let the regulator do his work. Let the office do their work without all these issues we have with them, because there's an element of compromise as far as these guys are concerned.
Okay.
You take a case, Peter, you give me a case, we forward it, then you find out that someone else is corrupting. We are human beings. Someone has gone there, is corrupted your case. Let's stop this nonsense and let the insurance industry start getting to where it's supposed to be. Let things be done professionally, so to speak.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that, and also just for the passionate appeal on behalf of those who are owed premiums. That was an overview of the insurance sector, looking at it from a bird's perspective, which is top-down, and Washington Ndegea was helping us understand what are the key tenets in terms of the industry, what has happened with COVID-19, and what is happening when we look at the individual stock performances. From this conversation, we've been able to glean that Jubilee is a perfect insurance company. It also had some good numbers that came out half year, and they did declare a dividend. It's currently trading at 220 shillings per share. Washington also likes Liberty. He likes Sanlam. He says that the leadership at Sanlam has changed, and that has been positive for the stakeholders in this company. For Britam, there are a couple of question marks there. And as a market, we continue to watch just to get a better understanding of the movement in terms of leadership from the current chief executive officer and what happens towards the tail end of this year. That's all from us today at Markets Today. It's been a pleasure. I hope to see you again tomorrow, where we continue this conversation. Today we've looked at the insurance sector. Tomorrow we want to look at technology and identify some opportunities. I hope we can be able to engage further then. And from us at Metropole TV, thank you so much. Good afternoon, and see you tomorrow, same time.